Hey, Jim here from K2 Concepts. My buddy Jason Reby. We just finished up a couple days of training, teaching him the ins and outs of how to do the hydrographic process from start to finish, pretty much. Spending a lot of time getting comfortable with certain techniques, getting comfortable in the tank, getting comfortable shooting your clears and your paints. You know, the one thing that I stress to him, and I think he'll agree, is that you have to feel comfortable working with your products. You can't be apprehensive every time you walk up to the tank or every time you go in the clear booth afraid to pull the trigger because you're not quite sure what's going to happen. You have to be confident enough to expect consistent results, and that's really what this industry or this trade is about you getting consistent results, and that way you can make money. If you're not getting consistent results, you're going to spend a lot more time fixing your problems, problems that sometimes you'll create by yourself, or there's always variables that come with the trade, but you got to be confident enough when you walk up to that tank to know that it's pretty much not something you're doing, and if it is, you got to be able to spot it. So that being said, this is probably again my last video with Rango the Hydro Duck. He's you're talking to him. Anyhow, we're kind of shooting this one on the fly, mainly to talk about training and get his insight. Yeah, what you got to say? It wasn't pre-scripted. This is just, you know, go with it. So,
well, I think probably for the last year been dipping, got consistent results, yet inconsistent results. I mean, honestly, bottom line, I think no matter who you're going to go with to train, it's well worth the dollars, the money to get there. I think it builds confidence overall. You can kind of get into somebody else's shop, see what they're using. I don't, like I said, I think it's just the confidence it's overall, for not confidence, but I don't know what the right word would be.
You're getting a rhythm, you know.
Yeah, big time. I mean, where we sat here and dipped and probably had 20, 30 really good dips, you know, and at home you'd have 2, 3, 4, and then have some issues,
yeah,
and not be able to really get through it, you know, which I guess me and you discussed, and some stuff is inferior products or rhythm or.
Well, I think that, you know, the nice thing about when you do take training is the guy that's giving you the training, if he's good, he's going to act like a lifeguard when you're swimming. So he's going to be there to pull you out of trouble when you know you get in over your head. Is basically what a good trainer will do. You know, you can see it. I mean, you know, and I told you the other day when he was in the clear booth, as he's spraying, you know, he's working the gun and he's doing okay, but you can see slowly the rhythm starting to kick in, and that's the nice thing about having a lot of, you know, training with somebody who's a production level. You know, it's one thing to grab a dash and grab a mud jug and grab a sprocket cover off an LTR and a battery cover off a Yamaha Raptor. I mean, all those things, every single one is different, so it takes, you can't really, if you do something wrong in every one, you're not able to identify it and go back, other than stopping what you're doing, repainting it, and fixing it. Whereas if you've got the same object, whether it's Xbox controllers or whether it's mud jugs, it's not so much the object, it's doing it consistently, getting your rhythm. And I could see that with him, and I even mentioned to him a couple times, it's like I could see, you know, you're not apprehensive anymore. Pretty soon he's starting, he can just see he's getting into it now. His gun's going, or he's dipping, and he's doing it right, and you know, and he's got a steady flow, and all that is confidence. And I feel good that when he leaves here, and whether it's me or anybody else, hopefully they train you the same way, is that when you leave their shop, you're not scared of anything you're going to get into anymore, because you have the confidence that you can get back out of it. And that's really, you know, really what the training should accomplish for you. Number one, getting familiar with all the materials and all the mistakes you're going to make and feeling good about it, and the guy being there to show you. The other is when you leave, when you're going to make a mistake now, and I'm not going to be there to pull you out of the water, you're going to be able to figure it out, whether it's me or anybody else. That's the objective, is when you get out. Now, besides, you know, there's a couple situations you're going to call me in some weird shaped objects or whatever, but for the most part, you're going to be able to figure out within a heartbeat what you did wrong, correct it, and then move forward. You know, and that's what your training is. That's what's so important about training, because it does you no good, and you're never going to make any money if all you're doing is fixing your own mistakes. You know, a lot of guys think that they can train themselves, but if you don't know what you're trying to learn, how are you going to teach yourself? You know, it's kind of, to me, it's foolish. So I think second to a good quality tank is getting the training. You know,
I would agree.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's it. Just want to say congratulations to Mr. Reeby. Definitely one of the better guys that I had come through the class. Really grasped it. You know, understands what the patterns are doing in the water, what the water's doing to the pattern, what everything else is interacting with whatever object he's dipping. We worked a little bit on some different techniques, dipping some round objects, but mainly to get him comfortable to where every time he goes up to that tank, he's not worried. Every time he goes in that clear booth or that paint booth, he's not worried. You know, regardless of the pattern, he knows what to look for. Those are the things that are important, and those are the things that you're going to learn when you take a training course. Again, whether it's me, TWN, Liquid Concepts, Liquid Prime or Liquid Print, Ozarks, there's various other ones. But anyhow, bottom line is get you some training, and that way you can move forward and begin to make money. And this isn't just a frustrating hobby.
It's an investment. I think it really is. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's not that much.
What's the word? It's an investment. I don't know what's the...
Well, I think that, you know, people, they look at the price tag, but they don't realize that it's minimal compared to the amount of product that you're going to burn, or you know, the cost of the tank, or even if you want to get into it. You know, you take some training, you can figure out if I even like this. Right now, you just, you know, when you go into it, a lot of guys think they want to do this or whatever, hobby, whatever. But they keep spending money because they're frustrated, they can't get it right, or they just give up. By taking the training, you can decide that by the end of the class, for minimal, you know, anywhere from $500 to $1,500, which I consider minimal when you're talking about a career move, you can decide, hey, you know what, it's not for me. I went through the class, I saw it's a neat trade, a lot of fun, but you know what, it's just too much work. And the only way you're going to find that out is if you take the training. Otherwise, you're going to, you know, you may give up and you may miss the opportunity to do something that you really like. Anyhow, that's it for this one. I just really wanted to take the time to talk to somebody that's gone through the training unscripted, just to see, you know, what's your thoughts, and I don't know, anything you want to ask me? How do you drink all day and function?
Why don't they sell Milwaukee's Best in California?
I have no idea. I have no idea, but it's probably it's probably some law. Has to do with you inbreeders. Sheboygan. Anyhow, that's it for this one. We're out of here. We're gonna go get some dinner, some pizza and beer, and have some good times. And we'll probably shoot, if we got time, maybe another one tomorrow. I've got a couple ideas, but anyhow, that's it for this one. Questions, comments, leave them below. You can email me at k2concepts.net@gmail.com. Join the forum at liquidconceptsus.com. I'm K2 Concepts over there, and you know, there's a lot of information, a lot of good information for guys that are into this trade. Use the search button, please.
Please.
And that's it for this one. I'll talk to you later.